2024 is only a few weeks away, and what better way to start the new year, right? By decluttering unused goods and trinkets from your home or your workspace. Joining us to talk about organizing this holiday season, specifically decluttering, is Coach Ally Cañita. Hello and welcome to New Day, Ally.
Thank you for having me here. Good morning to everyone.
Now, napaka-important na topic ito, especially Christmas. We will be receiving a lot of things. So how to organize, especially sometimes a lot of us may have things that we don't want since many years ago. So when it comes to specifically the Christmas season, what are the more common things that you notice that people maybe keep for themselves to an extreme, maybe hoard?
Yeah, a lot of us have the tendency to keep, especially things that we do not need. Those special items, those small ones, which we don't have any purpose for. We just keep them because we sometimes feel guilty because it's given to us, and it feels jahe to give it away, to give it to somebody else. But during Christmas, it's usually a lot of food, a lot of food that goes to waste. So that could also be some sort of clutter, right? Those expired foods. A lot would be clothes that don't fit, or clothes that, because we receive a lot, especially for kids, clothes that are big or small. Also a lot of books. So those are the things that are usually I see when I declutter houses. It's always expired food, clothes, and books, and then you will find there electronic items that have been outgrown for like decades already.
Just by that, there are so many reasons why we keep things. You know, it could be for sentimental reasons. It could be memories that we have with it. It could be we have difficulty letting go of things, material things. But why should we declutter? Ano bang mga negatives na idudulot ng masyadong maraming clutter?
Yeah, so all of us humans, we are highly sensitive, like sensible. We have 5 senses, right? And whatever we see, feel, hear, taste, or touch, it has a specific effect, especially in our brains already. So the more that we see, the more our brain is having a difficulty to focus. And the more that we see, it also increases cortisol levels, which means increase in stress.
That's right.
So when we feel stressed, especially when we see things that are unfinished, see things that are kalat or just around the house that needs to be taken care of, it's like always reminding us, I need to do something, I need to do something, or I need to give this away, or it doesn't really serve a purpose anymore, but it's still here, or perhaps it reminds you of something, like or somebody, or a bad memory, and all of those things are in your space, and you as a person who senses a lot of things, it can really get you overwhelmed, can really get you stressed.
That's right.
And so that's really one of the biggest effect of having a lot of stuff in our spaces.
Now, Ally, a lot of people, human beings are resilient by nature, so maybe people are just used to having so much clutter, so much occupied space over the years, nasanay na sila. Hindi nila alam yung benefits ng maliwanag na workspace, of a clear workspace. What are some of the good benefits?
Well, first, you will definitely feel light. Like if you are in a space where you have, that space to move around, space to breathe, it has an effect already in you. So our well-being is greatly affected by our environment. And so like if you are in a space where it feels like, it kind of feels like dirty, or maybe in that corner there might be a snake or a rat, it really has our brain. Sometimes we cannot control what goes on in our minds.
I think that's a big clue. Pag may hayop nang nakatira sa clutter mo na sobra, no? It's a time to declutter. Now, Ally, the most important thing here for a lot of our viewers to understand is, or for something to learn, how do we determine what is clutter, what is not? Because there are some things that are really important for us, but sometimes we think it's important, but it really isn't. So what's a good way? Anong technique para malaman kung ano ang clutter, kung anong pwedeng itago?
So the first thing is really check your life stage. Because like things that are surrounding us must be or should be, it would help if it helps you with your current life stage. So if it's from your infancy stage or toddler stage and you're already a 50-year-old person, then you might have a lot of space. You might have a house for your stuff, not for yourself. So that's one, check the life stage. And also the lifestyle. Are you really that person who's into this specific collection or hobby? Are you that person who still goes to camping and you still have a lot of stuff camping related, but you don't really go for camping? So it really has, because decluttering, it's not about just taking things away. It's really deciding what you want to keep, prioritizing what you want to make space for in your house. And so life stage and lifestyle can help you set the perspective in general. But if you are very intentional in how you want to live, then it will become easier. If you want to go home in a space where you feel peace or comfort or calm, then you can now take a look in your spaces. What are the things that are stressing me out? Because maybe it's time to let them go.
Right, so I guess that school uniform I had na may pirma ng mga classmates ko, I need to get rid of that already. It's been there
Maybe
far
take
too
a
long.
picture and then
Take a picture and then get, okay, that's very good. Speaking of taking a picture, of course, with a cell phone cam, let's talk about the digital space. As opposed, we've been talking about the physical space. How about digital space naman? I'm sure a lot of people now in their cell phones, ang daming pictures na hindi nila na-develop or it's just been there for over so many years. Can this add to the stress? Yung too much digital stuff on a phone, on a laptop, or on a tablet?
yes, because it can also take away your attention. It could really get distracting. So like if you have a lot of notifications again and again and you really needed to focus,
Right.
then it doesn't allow you to be here right now. And so when you feel like, I feel tired already because my attention has been taken away so fast. And second could be if you don't have phone memory anymore and you're taking pictures and it's like no space for a new photo or whatever, then it kind of feels like, oh my gosh, I missed the memory or I missed the
Right.
event, right? So what do we need to do first is make sure that, because we have to be careful that the speed of accumulation is so much faster than the speed of release.
Right.
Right? So if you know that you're not releasing as much, then the accumulation also you have to be very mindful of how you're accumulating. And so with photos, how many takes do you really need? So in one selfie, do you need 10 or do you just need one? And if you already know that you just need basically one, then you can already right then and there delete the rest that you don't need. But other than that, you have apps, a lot of apps that can help you make more space in your phone.
And that doesn't go just for photos, no? That
Yeah.
goes for downloaded movies or whatnot that just occupies space all over your digital space. But talk to us about tips on how to get rid or how to control that sayang feeling. Because a lot of people accumulate stuff, sayang to, magagamit ko pa to if ever I need it, bago pa to. But in actuality, they haven't used it in years.
Yeah.
How do you control that feeling of sayang to?
We can bring in mindfulness here. That's why as a coach, I bring in intentionality and mindfulness. So in terms of sayang, I always ask my clients, when did you actually use them? In all the times that you said it's sayang, when did you actually use them? Right? And those times that you found yourself needing this particular thing and then you had it before, how many times were you able to source that item without any problem?
Right.
And so it brings them to a perspective, actually, I can have it when I need it. The sayang part is when you keep it and then you wanted to use it and it disintegrates in front of you and you cannot use it anymore, then it didn't serve its purpose at all.
That's
And
right.
that really is sayang,
And
which
that
could have
goes
been
for
used,
shoes.
yeah, and it could have been used by other people. So like for shoes, you would use them, you would say, I will use them next year or whatnot.
Right.
But when you put your feet on it and then the sole,
Right.
you know, the sole, it just, it disintegrates and all.
Yun ang
Yeah.
actual sayang.
Yeah, and that's
right.
really actual sayang which could have been used by somebody else.
Right. If I'm sure a lot of people might be overwhelmed with the amount of stuff in their house and they're ready for that, minimalistic lifestyle maybe, or to just breathe a little better
Yeah.
by getting rid of a lot of stuff. If they want to get a hold of you for some coaching, how do they do that?
Well, they can get in touch with me through Facebook. they can look at my page. It's Clean Genius. So we have a staff that can help you physically declutter, and all we need to do is for you to decide what you want to keep and what you want to let go of.
So the first step is you want to have that clear space. You want to be able to live lighter, as you said. Thank you so much, Ally Cañita, for joining us here, expert in organizing.